Hey everybody, today we are going to install some 6-inch hatches on the new kayaks we have because we need a place to store our wallet, our keys, our cell phones. Now these here have the lock, you turn it, they open up. They have a dry bag inside to help keep your gear dry. I don't think the bag is 100% waterproof because once you put them back in here, you have to slide this underneath there. All right, let's fill it with air. All right, and there is a nice seal around here to keep the water out. But when you close the door, you turn and you lock it, you can see the bag has air in it and it feels like it's full of air, but you can push the air out. So I don't think it's completely waterproof, but there shouldn't be any water getting in there anyway. And then this seal here should keep the water from getting in, so I don't think you'll have a problem. All right, and then on the other side here, it has this nice foam gasket. So I bought a couple of them because I have to put them in a couple boats. So let's go. Oh, and they also come with some nice stainless steel Phillips screws. So the tools we're going to be using today is we're going to be using a drill to drill my pilot hole, and I've got a 3/8 bit in there, and we're going to use my ancient old Sears Craftsman scroll saw, and it's got a wood blade, and it should cut through the plastic very easily. So here we have my LifeTime Teton angler kayak. So I already have one of the gaskets sitting here. I've used my measuring tape, and let me go over a few things with you. Where to put this? I've decided to put it up front, and I've decided not to put it all the way down here to block the flow, because water does come over the front here and it will hit this and it needs a place to escape instead of pooling. So I'm not going to put it all the way down tight against here. I'm going to put it about where I have it. I have it centered. I've used a measuring tape and figured out where about center is. So now I need to take my Sharpie and I need to draw a circle inside. I don't have G Junior with me today, so I'm going to go get some tape and I'm going to tape this gasket down. So the reason why I'm putting it in the front of the kayak is, of course, this one here has a nice seat in it right here. You can slide forward on the seat and reach up there to unlatch that and get in. If you put it back here, it is very difficult to turn around in the seat to get something back in this area. It's just very tippy when you're trying to reach behind you. And people say, yeah, if you try to reach behind you, be very careful, you'll fall over. But if you notice from the seat ends about here, you have all this distance that'll keep you afloat and buoyant, so you can get to that very easily. So that's another reason why I'm going to put it up front. All right, let me find my masking tape and tape that down, and we'll get it marked. All right, I have my blue painter's tape, and I'm just going to start taping the gasket down. I know it's not going to stick real good, but it should at least stick good enough so the gasket won't move around too much when I'm marking my hole. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead, and it's still roughly an inch away there. Still roughly. Okay, I don't think it really moved, so I'm still going to hold it down, and I'm just going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to go around while I'm holding it down. There's my marking, and the blue tape just comes right off the gasket. Now I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to put any type of sealant on the gasket. Unfortunately, I don't have any sealant here. I think this gasket should be good enough. All right, so now that I have it marked, we are going to take the 3/8 drill and we are going to put it on the inside of the hole that I just drilled. And here's a little trick. You go backwards first to put a little indent, and then you go ahead and go forward. All right. Now, if you notice, I went real slow because I didn't want the bit going all the way in and possibly poking a hole underneath the boat. So there's going to be a lot of shavings. We're going to have to get the vacuum cleaner and vacuum clean those off. Okay, well, I didn't get the extension cord out. I will get the extension cord and get the scroll saw out, and we will return. All right, I got the extension cord. I've got the scroll saw, and now I need to cut right on this line, and I'm going to go nice and slow and easy. And unfortunately, yeah, this is not going to fit very well. So, just going to go. Going to go right on the line. And of course, let me get a block of wood. I have a block of wood over here. The kayak keeps moving back and forth. I have a couple pieces of wood that I can shove underneath this side to keep it from moving around. Hopefully they won't fall out while I'm cutting. All right, let's continue to cut carefully on the line. I hope you all can still see me, even though the boat has tilted over. I don't want you. There we go. There we go. I have the hole cut in my boat, and what is so really weird about my boat is you can see that it's like green and yellow, but it's blue on the inside. You can see it looks like they must have these are blow molded boats supposedly, and I guess they put this plastic over top the other plastic to give it the right thickness, and this thing is pretty thick. It's at least let's take a look here. Yeah, it's a 1/4 inch thick. All right, so let me now, and I pretty much stayed on the line. I didn't go outside the line. Right there, I'm kind of in a little bit too much. Where is the top? Let's see how much trimming I'm going to need to do. Yep, it didn't quite. I think I cut it a little bit too close. Let me get a piece of sandpaper out and let me trim that up and see if we can get the new lid to fit. I don't want to bore you too much. This is 60 grit sandpaper, and it is sanding this down very quickly. This is doing a very quick job of sanding this down and sanding it smooth. Let's see. Well, we're not quite yet. Not quite yet. Let me get this sanded down so the new hatch fits, and I'll return. Alrighty, I'm not gonna lie to you all. I did go get my piece of 60 grit sandpaper here and started sanding this down and trying to fit the cap in. I had to go out and get my Dremel tool with this grinding bit, and then I had to take and turn it on, and I had to go around it. I went around it. I went around it just like that clockwise to get it to take and get this hole big enough for the hatch to fit in. I thought I did a pretty good job getting it on the line, but now the hatch, and what I like is, there you go, the hatch fits in nice and snug, just like I wanted it to. So now I know some people have some questions. The biggest question is this bungee cord and this bungee cord. What they did on these is they drilled holes, all right, and then the bungee cord is shoved in. How is that affixed? Well, we're going to show you right now what it is. It's got this little metal piece that almost like a shoestring end that they put in the hole, and then that turns sideways and grabs. Do I like it? Not really. Do I trust it for anything expensive? No. That's why I'm putting a hatch in. I think it would be better if they, now that I have this open, I could tie knots in it. I still think it would be better to have eye hooks where you could tie them, and because now there's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 4 more back here. So there's 8 holes that water can get inside your boat. Okay, and then the next question is what does it look like inside the boat? Well, it's a lot of dust in it right now because I've been sawing, but as you can see, my boat is actually blue inside. Let's lay my flashlight in here and let's let you all get a little bit of a look of what it looks like inside a LifeTime Teton boat. That's probably good enough. All right. I am going to get the vacuum cleaner out, and we're going to vacuum up all the plastic dust and get it out of here. And then we'll continue on installing the hatch. All right, let me get the vacuum cleaner. We'll vacuum this out. All right, everybody, I got my little tiny shop vac out, and we vacuumed out the hole, and I vacuumed out the rest of it. The both end, I have a little bit of a damp cloth that I wiped out the rest, and I have a fail, and I want to point this fail out to you. The jigsaw would not fit flat against the boat, so I had to tilt it up. Well, this side looks okay, but when I tilted it up on this side, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, I scratched the top of my boat. So that's why I wanted to do my boat first before I do my son's boat and my wife's boat. Now on her boat, you would probably be able to see the scratch pretty good because her boat is blue. On that one, not so much. So I would highly recommend, and what I'm going to do on the next ones is I'm going to take the blue tape and I'm going to tape up this entire area so I do not scratch the boat. So, like I said, there's still a bunch of pieces in there. I have vacuumed it out pretty good. My boat's blue inside. Unbelievable, my boat is blue inside. So now what we're going to do is put the hatch in. And see, that's one thing I like. I see how tight it fits. I love that it fits this tight. That's exactly what I was looking for. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my screw hole here. Let me be sure that that isn't too tight and it's deforming my latch. Now it feels pretty good. Let me pop it back in there. Let me open it up and close it. I don't know. It might be deforming this just a little tiny bit. I think I'm going to have to get in here and I'm going to go ahead. I want it to fall in a little bit better than that. I want it tight, but I don't want it tight to where it's warping this piece. So I'm going to get the Dremel tool and the sandpaper, and I'm going to do a little bit more, and I'm going to have to vacuum again. So continue sanding and dremeling this out just a little bit more. Alrighty, well, I have dremeled and sanded, and now this basically just drops right in without any force at all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-drill the holes for the cover. So we're going to line this hole up here. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and put dots right in the center. All right, it has definitely gotten a little hot out here. It's very humid tonight. So let me find the screws and get the right drill bit, and I will pre-drill my holes. All right, here are my stainless steel screws that come with it. And what I like to do is you take your drill bit and you take your screw and you set it across, and you want it to be not the threaded part, but the shank. This is just a little bit shy of the shank. This is a 3/32. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pre-drill my holes, Be very careful doing this. I saw this in somebody else's video, that when they put the gasket and everything together, and when they drilled it, the gasket got caught. So we are not going to be doing that here. But I'll tell you one thing, what we did do is I missed marking one. So we're gonna come back. Now this exactly isn't flat. You can see that there's a big room up here and it's tight down here. So there's my last hole. All right. So now I don't know what to do. I don't want to drill holes in this piece because it's going to grab and rip it. So I think what we're going to do is, I think we need to get a little piece of sandpaper. Actually, what I need is I need my pocket knife. Since I pre-drilled the holes, I have this stuff here that needs to get cut off. It's the ice cream man. All right. So I'm gonna see. I think that's the best thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the screws and put them in. I'm going to put the screws and get them started so they poke a hole in the gasket now instead of using the drill bit and messing them up. Let me get all these screws in the gasket and we'll be back. All right. I flopped the lid back down and I started this screw, then I started this screw, and I'm just going around lining them up with the holes and getting them all started first. See, that one's all loose. So, and since I pre-drilled the holes, they will find the hole. That one found the hole. That one found the hole. All right. That's why I'm going around slowly, almost torquing them down. So that one's definitely tight. Go here. That one's tight. We'll go here. That one's tight. So I'm just going in a crisscross pattern until they tighten up. Here it's kind of concave. go around. I'm going to start here now that I got them all snug. Let's just see. That one's snug. 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 Alrighty, we are done. Door opens, door closes, the door locks. Let me get the let me get my dry bag, and as you can see, the dry bag has to tuck underneath. It does hit the bottom of the boat, but that's okay. There's plenty of room for my wallet and my keys. I don't know, I'm gonna have to cut that off. All right. Alrighty, there we go. It's getting dark out. It's about time to put away all the tools. So there we are, everybody. That is how you put a hatch and a LifeTime Teton angler kayak. And then this goes back there. This goes back there. And there we go. And I can still open it up even with the bungee on. I can just push the bungee out of the way and get right to what I need. Pull the bungee out of the way, get it back down. So there's one down and two more to go. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe. You can always do that in that corner right there. Please give me a thumbs up if you like my videos.